So I decided to do a video about some of my tacks. So I'll do one about the saddles I use. This one over here on the top, this one right here, and this one are all mine. They're all what you call a 3B Vasilia style saddle. They're a little bit different. You can see this down here is a Wade saddle. This is a 3B. They're a little bit higher here in the gullet and things, you know, small little differences like that. I have nothing against the Wade saddle. These are just more comfortable for me. But so I'll start here at the top. This is a latigo I've got wrapped around here. You'll see a lot of people, if they're using a slick horn, they'll use mule hide. And to me, mule hide wears out a lot quicker than this. So I like to use this. You can buy a couple rolls of this and it seems like you're set. With that mule hide, seems like you're always going to have to buy some more. This saddle here was made by a guy named Bob Ray out of Utah. And this is a waxed cotton rope is what they're called. They're pretty good every day for everything kind of rope. The reason it's on here now instead of a riata, which is my preferred rope, is that we're going to get some rain, and these can handle rain, whereas a riata cannot. And another thing about these is you can't rope something and try to pull it into a trailer, because you know the edge of a trailer will just shred this right here, or shred your rope. So that's one drawback to them. This is a horsehair cinch. I like using horsehair just because it's a natural fiber. I've seen neoprene cinches gall a horse before, but with a horsehair cinch, you want to get them in the early spring when your horse first starts shedding, and then it'll pack in here nice. If you buy it, you know, in the late summer, this could kind of rub on your horse, but not too bad. But it's better just to get them packed in with horsehair. Then back here, I got some saddle pockets. This is just this buffalo hide. I usually keep stuff like binoculars and a little first aid kit, things like that in here. If I've got to go doctor something, it's nice to put your vaccine and syringe or something in there. And then these, you know, I believe this is called an outside stirrup leather, and I believe the reason that they like to put them on the outside, I like the looks of it, and it's easier to oil it when it's on the outside like this. And then these are laced on. The reason I like that is if you lose this part right here, you've got to go to a tack store or something or order one. With these, if this breaks, it's pretty easy to find a strip of leather laying around to replace that with. And then the tapaderos. Here in our climate, we have a dry cold in the wintertime, so it does help keep your feet warm. If you live in an area where you would have more higher humidity, then it just seems like snow and just sticks to these, and they just turn into an ice block. And then another thing that they can be handy for is if you're in a branding pen and you're sorting cows out and trying to hold calves up, you can let cows go by you and then flap these in the face of a calf to stop them and turn them back. And then when you're moving cattle, you can get behind a calf that's going kind of slow and just flap these down by them, and it'll get them going again. And then they do help if you're riding in some timber and stuff. It'll help keep tree branches from going through your stirrup and poking you in the foot. Then with all my saddles, they're what they called single rigged, and that just means it has just this cinch, what you'd call your front cinch. There's no back cinch, which would be right here on a lot of other saddles. This is rigged at what they call 3/4. That's just the position. You know, I believe right here below the horn is full, and then as you go back 3/4, and in the middle would be called center fire. The reason I like to use a single rig saddle with no back cinch is that you can't rely on that back cinch as a crutch to save you. If you have something roped, you have to really pay attention to the angle of the animal you have roped and working your rope and riding your horse. And to me, it just makes me do things a little bit better. And I don't have anything against people using a back cinch. It's just something that I prefer to do this way because it makes me work better, I believe. And then this saddle back here is made by Sparky Wallace. His business is called Cow Camp Supply. And this is a rough out seat. I just liked the way it looked against this tooled leather, And the square skirting is also just another thing I like the looks of. It has a different style horn, a little bit bigger horn. It's called a Guadalajara horn. And it also has some tapaderos on it and a horsehair cinch. And then here I have saddle pockets for this one, but I don't use them all the time. And I just have a pair of binoculars in here. And then I have hobbles hanging on all mine. I try to get all my horses hobble broke. This set is a Makati that got broke, and a really nice 6-strand Riata that I had that got broke. So then I recycled them, no pair of hobbles. This saddle over here is made by, I believe, a company named Double G Saddlery I think they're out of Oregon. And it's kind of a mix of the both. It's got this kind of seat in it with this kind of horn. And it also has a horsehair cinch, like I said. And so in a different video, I'll show you how I cinch up a horse. It's probably a little bit different than you think, but I hope this one helped answer some questions, and thanks for watching.